So hello everybody, this is American Sequel Predictions, and I'm back with a new video. Today I'm doing a video about uh, what areas will Mastriano and the areas Mehmet will overperform each other. Now, both of them have their strengths and weaknesses, but I'm just going to run the table, and this is my prediction on where will Mehmet overperform and where Mastriano will overperform in the counties. So I'll start off with Mehmet probably the most clear. Philadelphia, all the Delaware suburban counties. This is where Mehmet I don't think it is really that much of a surprise that Mehmet is going to way outperform Mastriano in the Philly area. He's from there. Shapiro's from the Philly area. There's going to be a lot of this is where basically most of the Shapiro Oz voters will be probably. Fetterman's not really popular in the Philly area, but we'll just keep going here. I think Mehmet still overperforms in Northampton, Lehigh County. I think those areas are very like I don't know. Mehmet did really well, did pretty well there in the primaries. I'm not saying that it's going to line up with that, but I think Mehmet I think, unlike the more Pittsburgh area, Mehmet I think is better with these working class voters near New Jersey. I think he's just better at appealing to these voters than something like Fetterman would in the Lehigh Valley. I'll start off with the Mastriano overperformance. Is Franklin County, his home county, Adams County, home to Gettysburg. He represented that district. Fulton, Bedford, all these redneck counties, Huntington, Mifflin, Juliana, Perry County, Somerset County, Jefferson County. That's kind of where Mehmet actually got third place in the primary. Very like redneck type. Probably an area like Potter County as well. Yeah, I think Mehmet does overperform Mastriano in Lackawanna and Luzerne County. They said that based on the reports, there are somewhat Shapiro Oz voters in Luzerne and Lackawanna County, which is going to help out Oz but hurt Mastriano probably. So let's just keep going. I think Oz also nearly outperforms in Wyoming County. I think that's what it's called. Basically just a Scranton metro. I don't really think Fetterman might have more appeal in the more Pittsburgh area, but Oz I think is pretty popular in the more work in areas like Scranton, Luzerne counties. Those areas I think are just more favorable to Oz. But we'll just keep going here. Probably also Monroe is very college educated. I think Mehmet does overperform there. Same with Pike County and Wayne County. These counties did vote for Trump by pretty decent margins, but I think they're just more in line with someone like Mehmet Oz than Mastriano. I think Mehmet Oz also overperforms in Berks County by like a point or two over Mastriano. I think he'll probably win it by like 11 points. Mastriano might lag a little behind, but he'll like win it by like 9 points. I think Mehmet Oz is pretty popular in the Reading and Berks County. This is Trump plus 8 county. I see Oz doing pretty well there. Same with Lancaster County. I don't really think Fetterman doesn't really have any appeal to anyone there. I think Shapiro might be able to do better there, and might do better in the more Lancaster suburbs. But Mehmet Oz, he's gonna do really well in Lancaster County, and it's a very under talked about county when it comes to this election. I do think Mastriano does nearly outperform in York County. His district was part of there, and I went down there. I don't really think there's a ton of Oz. I think it did support Oz in the primary, but when I went down to York County, not really a ton of support for Mehmet Oz compared to Mastriano. Now it might be it was Hanover area, it was on the borderline, so who knows? But I feel like Mastriano, I think being in York County is a little different from Lancaster and Burke County. It's definitely way more right wing than York and Lancaster is, although Lancaster was way more right wing back in the Republican. Mehmet Oz, I think, will nearly overperform an area like Susquehanna County. I think he'll also probably do well in. I'll just fill the rest. I think Mastriano will do well in Northumberland County. I think Oz struggle in that area. Same with Clinton County. I think Mastriano will also do well in Blair County. just a lot of these rural counties, Clearfield County, Cambria County might be a bit tough because there are some ancestral Dems that would vote for Shapiro, and Fairman does have working class appeal there, but I think it's a bit of a toss up. I'll leave that out for now, but I'll decide later. I guess if I had to guess, I think Mastriano would narrowly overperform here. Forest, Clarion County, these are areas where Mastriano and Vihango County, and probably Crawford County too. Uh, and probably Indiana in the Armstrong counties too. I think Snyder County narrowly. I do think Oz will narrowly overperform in Union County. The county's always been never ever voted Democrat since like I think the last one was Andrew Jackson, and very base county, but I think Oz will overperform there. Um, Probably near like Montour's from the Danville. There is like a Geisinger Clinic area, which is pretty college educated, but it's like in a middle of redneck area, but it's easily gonna or Mammoth will nearly overperform Mastriano there. Mastriano will perform in Tuga, these areas. Mammoth I think will both overperform in Cumberland and Dauphin County. These areas are more suburban, and I think Oz just has more appeal. Fetterman's not going to really appeal to suburbanites in areas like Cumberland County. I think one of Fetterman's weaknesses is usually just college-educated suburbs or just the suburbs in general. But I'm moving along. I think Mastriano does overperform in an area like Carbon County narrowly. Actually, no, I think Mammoth does nearly overperform there. And probably also, I think Mastriano also performs in an area like Bradford. Columbia County by mid-tough, but I think Mastriano does overperform there. Also, I think Lebanon County will overperform. It's probably going to be like the most east county that Mastriano will overperform Mammoth Oz in probably. I think Mammoth Oz will. I think Mastriano will nearly overperform Schuylkill County. That county also is a pretty ancestral Dem, but I think Mastriano will do well there. Mammoth Oz, this might be a bit controversial, but I think he's going to overperform in an area like Lycoming County. I think he just has the strength there. Mastriano, this might also be a bit controversial, but I think Mastriano is just going to do way better in the more rural parts of it. And I think Mammoth will way outrun him in State College, but I think the Center County, I think Mastriano, I think is just going to do better at the rurals. I don't know, maybe I'll put back in Mammoth Oz's column, but yeah. I think Mastriano will. I think Mammoth Oz will outperform Mastriano in an area like Fayette and Greene counties. I don't really know how much. I just think that since I think that Mammoth Oz did win there in the primaries actually, but I think Mammoth Oz having more working class does have working class appeal. And I think since he has more of a Trump endorsement and there's more people and there's more ads, I think they're going to come out around for Mammoth Oz narrowly. Mammoth Oz, I think, will overperform in Allegheny and Butler counties. I think there's a lot of college people don't realize this, but there's a lot of college educated white voters in Allegheny County itself, like areas like Franklin Park, McCandles, St. Clair, and like Mount Lebanon and like the Squirrel Hill area of Pittsburgh. Very college educated voters in areas like Penn Hills. I don't think Fetterman still might win some of those areas, but they're not going to be nearly as much as people like Joe Biden want them. I think Mastriano does overperform in an area like Westmoreland County, narrowly, and Sam Mercer, probably Lawrence. I think he'll narrowly overperform in an area like Washington. I think Mammoth Oz also overperforms in an area like Erie County. And Mastriano, and I think that just leaves Beaver County, this really tough one. I think I'll put this one as. I think Mastriano will nearly overperform it. So this is my prediction, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. American Seal Predictions out.